loosening. We're going to slide that shaft out. Something to keep in mind, the long side of this shaft where the snap ring sits on the left side, and the very short end of here, I don't know if you can see that or not, that short end sits on this lever part, so if you do get lost, keep that in mind. The pinion gear, next we're just going to remove the lever drag system, these little pins. You can see that there is a snap ring in there. We're going to get our snap ring pliers and remove that. Bit of a hole, so I can't really show you too well. Okay, there goes the snap ring. Next we're going to remove the lever drag. There's a plastic washer or a Teflon washer that goes on the bottom. Let's drop that. And there's a little button here with a spring on it. And then there is a secondary piece, but see if that comes out. Yeah, there we go. And there's little notches that correspond inside, so do keep in mind where that goes. That's where your lever drags kind of kick in right there. Okay. Next we're going to move into the main gear. We're just going to push this with our pointer finger up. Slide that out. There's the shaft. Here is the main gear. All stainless steel. And then we have a plastic washer behind that. And then we have a secondary plastic washer. Move that gently. Okay, secondary plastic washer. And then there's this little tiny, almost like a wiper. So be a little piece of plastic that's protecting. That's basically a shield for this anti-reverse bearing. There are two inside. I'm not sure you can see that properly, but there are two anti-reverse bearings. Next we're going to be removing the secondary piece of plastic. And then there is a little plastic shield. That shield, I believe, that protects any sand or dirt getting inside. Do be careful, they're very soft and material wise. Next we're going to be removing the bearing. That's the bearing right there. Okay, that's all the bearings I'm going to remove. I'm not going to remove the anti-reverse bearings, going to stay inside. Okay, here is a secondary one. Maybe you can see if we can pop that out maybe, or okay. Later on I'm just going to use a heat gun just to warm up the housing. I'm just going to tap it, maybe it'll pop out. I'll do that off camera. Here is the drag washers. as of the Acura, it's a twin drag reel, so that there's a drag washers on one side of the reel, or the spool I mean, and then there's secondary. It's my belief this is a bi-directional, so you can swap it left or right. Next we're going to get a pair of tweezers, remove the snap ring, very gingerly, very carefully, don't force it. Okay, and then here comes the drag washer. Flip it upside down, remove it, just like as before. Put it aside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this upside down so that this yellow grease part will be sitting on top, because the bottom part doesn't get used. It's only the top part that gets used. You can double your drag washer lifespan, because these parts right here rub and they basically wear out. So instead of buying new drag washers, I'm going to flip it upside down and put it on there, and that should give me more drag, or more stronger drag. As you can see in the camera, it's a little worn, but not too much. I didn't have any drag pressure problems at all, just I like to swap it out. Okay, that is about it. Stay tuned for part 2 of the rebuild of this reel. I'm going to be washing all the old grease off, and I'll be back. Thank you, bye.